are live. Welcome, everybody, to A Tale of Twinkle and Awe. Unfortunately, Morgan is not able to join us. Morgan has some family arrangements this evening that they are not able to get away from. So you have us five wonderful people to entertain you for this evening. We are at the penultimate episode of A Tale of Twinkle and Awe Season 1 right now. Things are happening. We'll go over that in a little bit, but in the meantime, let's introduce ourselves to the audience before we get started. JV, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. While I adjust this thing so that I am more in center on the screen. Anyway, fabulous. So I'm JV, and I am playing Key, who is oh boy, it's been a little bit since we did the last
It has been a while.
Wow.
Survivor and the Chosen, right?
Thank you, the Survivor and the Chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Awesome. Alyzona.
Hi, I'm Alyzona. I will be playing Syrah, who is the Guardian and the Wanderer.
Wonderful. And Memento.
Hi, I'm Memento. I'm playing Buck Moon, who is the Stranded and the Bound. It's been a second.
Yep. Not in that order, but yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the same.
It's all there. It's all the same person. It's fine. And how about yourself, Thae?
Hello, my name is Thae. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing Amara Terramore, and I am the pronoun she, her, and I'm playing the weapon and the spirit.
Mm-hmm. And I am Ryan Boelter. I will be your genre moderator for the evening. I am really excited for all the stuff that's going to happen this episode. Morgan, you're going to have to watch it back because goodness gracious, stuff will happen theoretically. Or the players will just throw everything off the rails and I'll just have to figure out how to tie it up next episode because this is the second to last episode of the season. We've promised ourselves and you that. So whatever happens, we're wrapping things up next time. So
we just all got to promise that we need to get Keanu Reeves' boat back to him.
Oh God, I did forget that.
How can you forget?
In One Piece, we need to get it back to him in One Piece.
This boat.
I'm 90% sure Keanu would be okay if we did end up, because I feel like he's the kind of chill dude who'd understand, but I'd feel bad if I trashed Keanu Reeves' boat that he lent to us in good faith,
Yeah,
this is
deserves better.
Yeah, at the very least,
the fact that he'd be so understanding is what would make me so sad.
Yeah, we have to get Keanu's boat back because he would be devastated that the trust that was placed in Tori and Tori's friends led to the disaster of losing one of his favorite boats.
He lent us one of his favorite boats. Oh no. No, not one of the favorite boats.
So get it back safely. It's fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Which also means that we have to live too. That's true. Just to stress that, more importantly than the boat,
at least one of us
should probably live.
Yeah.
Rolly and Thickums can get it back in One Piece.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. I do very much trust them to.
I don't know if I 100% trust them, but
I do. I definitely do. I
trust Thickums, not Rolly. Rolly seems like he's too distracted.
I trust them to somehow know how to navigate a full entire boat on their own.
If Rolly can bake muffins and cake
without hands,
crucially
without hands.
I think we established that it wasn't 100% edible. He certainly tried.
It still was how do you measure the flour?
An effort was made.
Yeah.
An effort was made and we appreciate it. That's the thing, is that what I'm worried is that the effort will be made on Rolly's part, but it will end up in the wrong harbor or something like that.
Oh no.
Theoretically,
That's fair.
it will be completed.
Rolly will be so proud when the boat pulls up into the harbor and then it's the wrong harbor.
It's somehow the wrong continent. We don't know how Rolly did it.
The wrong.
Like parked right at the capitalist space somehow in the middle of an abandoned city in the middle of the continent.
See, that's the problem. I can see that in like, because that sounds like the kind of thing that would be happening in like a background thing of like the side adventures of Rolly and Thickums.
Yeah. Side adventures of Rolly and Thickums.
Genuinely just picture though the scene from Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one when the boat is pulling up but it's sinking as it does so. It's just Rolly's at the very top of the mast somehow. Not sure how Rolly got up there. Rolly's rolling at the top and just the boat is sinking. Just right at the end, just rolls off, and both of them just roll off, and they're fine.
You might as well.
But the boat's gone at that point, so let's hope that that's not how that goes.
Technically, still salvageable.
Yeah, it's fine. They've got magnets and stuff.
Lift it up. It's fine.
Like that's how they're gonna get it. Magnets.
We'll
they're magic.
Boat it up.
We don't know how they work, but it's just it happens. Magnics. All right. So if we're ready, I can give a recap of what happened last time, and we can get right into things.
Fabulous.
All right. I'm gonna take one last little drink of my tea here. 1 second.
I also have tea.
As I just die vocally.
It's just green tea with matcha. My traditional streaming and recording beverage.
Nice.
I love me. I just realized I left water bottles in here.
Oh, it's fine.
You're doing the kid from Signs method.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
What a bonkers ass film.
You've uncovered my plot. No.
Oh God.
On a world that is mostly water, aliens are taking the energy and capitalizing on it.
Wait, this is Waterworld? What?
Could you imagine if that was the Waterworld twist? Okay.
Oh, God.
I need a second. Okay, so I watched Waterworld like 50 times as a kid.
So
I loved it.
It's a good one.
We would have to pause because I've never seen it, and I refuse to make Waterworld related choices.
I have never seen it either.
Without seeing the movie.
Oh my God. Good times.
All right.
Oh, fun.
Here we go. On the last episode of A Tale of Twinkle and Awe, our heroes had their viewing of the latest Keanu Reeves plays every background character holofilm in order to talk with 5 spirits from a group of spirits called the Remnants. The conversation in the under construction Holo Theater next door was informative as we learned of the location of the Eye of Solaria, a place of immense magic that would allow our heroes to commune directly with Solaria herself. After a brief conversation with Keanu Reeves himself, the group was the group was able to borrow one of Keanu's boats that was docked at Palm Gardens and began their journey to the Eye. Unbeknownst to them, the capitalists were able to listen in and also have the coordinates to the Eye and have plans to siphon all of that magical energy. Can our heroes make it there in time? Find out in the penultimate episode of Season 1 of A Tale of Twinkle and Awe.
I have a goal this episode.
Oh my God. So
We're going to sink the boat of a capitalist.
I am here for it.
Awesome.
I'm partially joking because I don't. That also weirdly sounds like murder, and I feel like That is
Oh,
might be a mild line that needs to be.
Just a mild bit of
Look,
murder is fine.
it's fine.
If they haven't installed life rafts for 3 people,
Those were more
That's
money,
their
they
fault.
wouldn't do it.
look.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is that also the main guy would want to save his skin.
Plus, they
And-
are we already established that they are big proponents of fantasy OSHA, so
Oh.
they follow all the safety regulations.
And like they only need to put one because they only need one for like 3 of them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh
That's fine.
It's good
Mhm.
times. Great oldies.
no.
So, we open on a shot of a navigational console, bathed in bright red. Sounds of footsteps clattering against metallic floors echo throughout the area, and a delicate hand taps the screen and zooms in on 2 blips. One of them in the center, and the other a ways ahead. A shoreline is seen on the map retreating away from the 2 blips on the monitor. We'll be arriving shortly after them, sir. Approximately 63 hours from now. Good. Steady as we go, Techniot. We don't want to show our hand before we reach the source. Go check on Voltrania, and make sure she will be prepared by the time we arrive. Right away, sir. The footsteps head away, and the camera's focus on the screen changes to show the reflection of an old man with a wariness in his face, but a glint in his eyes. Soon, I'll know your secrets, Solaria, and your energy will be mine for the betterment of everyone on this world that agrees with my vision. The scene fades and returns to all of you on Keanu's boat. A swift and comfortable boat that hovers over the water on 3 hover engines in a triangular pattern under the boat itself. It's going to take you a couple days to get there. What are you all doing to pass the time? I know Tori is sunbathing, as we established last time.
Mhm.
I think Syrah is trying to stay towards the more towards the center of the boat. Also partially sunbaking, but just more in a lizard way.
Oh.
Love that.
But also trying to stay away from the ocean
Hmm.
as much as theoretically possible. Probably chilling with Thickums, who I believe from memory was
Vicums
also
is clinging to you, trying to stay also to the center of the boat, and also enjoying the sun because plant.
we've got enjoying the sun in a sunbaking way. We've got enjoying the sun in a lizard way. And we've got enjoying the sun in a plant way. And then there's Rolly also, who's using solar panels, you know, so it's enjoying it in a robot
Mhm.
way.
Yep. And Rolly's having a hard time because he keeps on rolling around, like as the boat kind of tilts to one side because of a wave or whatever. He rolls to one side of the deck and then rolls to the other side of the deck. But somehow the solar panel stays up just perfectly fine.
Love it. Mm.
What's Key, Amara, and Buck doing?
How far away are we from our destination?
It's a couple of days. So you've got a couple days of do what you want on the boat time, preparation, or whatever you want.
I think Buck's probably like hanging over the rail, trying to like whale watch or see what's going on in the ocean of this planet.
Ooh, what fun big ocean creatures that are not threatening exist on this world?
Well, we already had mermaids. Can we have like big mermaids?
Like big
Like-
whale
I'm
like-
here for big
Like
mermaids.
giant-sized mermaids?
Like
Whale
whale
mermaids.
size?
Whale-sized mermaids?
Yes.
We could retcon the mermaids I suggested and have them be giant because I did say they were mammals. So,
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
whales are mammals, different size. You got manatee mermaids,
Exactly.
whale mermaids.
Mermaids.
Oh, I love all sorts of different sized mermaids.
Yeah,
Got
a bit of a Ningen situation
it feels
going
like
on.
like the fantasy like equivalent of, you know, having giants on land and all that sort of stuff, but it's all underwater.
Yes, I like that.
There
That's pretty
is
cool.
Hell yeah.
a very specific version of one of these that I want to show y'all. Give me 1 second. It will forever be kind of funny to me. I guess I can't find the image of it. This is kind of annoying. But there is a a type of stingray that has a face.
Oh, is it the one on the
Oh, yeah.
bottom?
There's no other, where it just on the bottom of it just has a face.
Yep.
Simply has a face. And it often looks kind of like it's smiling. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's just a manta ray, basically.
And to my knowledge, they also have like limbs, like a set of limbs, which is
makes sense
weird.
because all fish kind of have limbs as well. But
Well, yeah, these ones are just weirdly like leg shaped. Like it's very odd, or arm shaped, I suppose, like either of those technically, but it's weird to look at, and I hate that I cannot find that I can't find it right now, but they exist.
I can picture it, though.
promise.
No,
They're
it's fine.
very much real. Anyway, we see several of those, but they're the size of 5 cars
oh, I love it.
Yes.
lined up in a row.
Big.
Deeply unnerving.
Yeah, I like it. Like they'll
But
be
also
swimming
rad as
under
hell.
the boat for a while and then kind of veer off to the side.
Nice.
Sometimes you'll see a ways away from the boat, like a giant mermaid will come up for air and then
A
dive back
giant
under.
mermaid.
Mhm.
Giant mermaid. Sorry.
No, that's good.
Is it a skate? I think
Dolphins too, just regular dolphins.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
But they're slightly less of an asshole than regular dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do kind of have a more wistful idea of dolphins than they probably actually are in the wild. Yeah.
I have heard that they can be really nice, but they can also
Yeah.
be dicks, which
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
Like
honestly.
humans.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
because they're very intelligent, and apparently the more intelligence you have, the more predisposed to that sort of behavior.
I don't know.
Perhaps. I don't know. It's life. It's fine.
Hmm.
And Amara, I think we established last time that you were spending most of the journey transformed.
Yes.
And we also established that there were 2 spirits on the boat with you.
Oh, that's right.
The younger man spirit that was there when you first transformed in the 2nd episode, I believe it was.
Yes.
And an elderly woman. You learn that the man's name is Vienne and the woman's name is Endra.
Okay.
And she's got
Nice.
like sweet old woman grandma vibes.
Damn, it's not the one with the really rad hair. Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The spirit from last episode had like old French hair of sorts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I can do this, and people may or may not know what I'm talking about.
The big.
It's giant hair and it had a whole ass ship in it.
Yeah,
Yes. It
just
did.
like weird stuff in the hair. Yeah,
Yes.
it's fashion.
But is it fashion?
Fashion, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Simply,
Fashion, darling.
simply fashionable.
Just look it up.
I apologize, Memento. I didn't see that link. That is exactly the thing that I just said in there. Yeah, that's the
yes.
one. That's the guy. God, I hate that.
Us
I
sharing
hate
same
looking
brain
at it
cell.
so much.
There it is.
It's so baby.
I don't know
truly-
what browser it will open up on if I click that, so I'm just going to avoid to click it so it doesn't just
Oh.
pop up on stream and terrify our audience.
that. Oh yeah, no.
Totally fair.
It's so tiny.
I
I don't like them.
Looks
I
real.
dropped it in cast chat.
Okay, I guess I can go
God,
there.
I hate looking at that.
Oh,
my
it's
God.
so cute.
It's both
the-
cute and also deeply terrifying.
It is.
It's the fact that it's translucent
Uh-huh.
that like
Apparently.
really just gets
It's
me
got.
like,
It looks like it has little antenna coming up.
yeah.
Like
It's
it's got the alfalfa sort of look.
like there's a lot happening with these. I don't.
I
You
don't
know, it could be
know.
a vampire squid from hell situation, which is
Yeah.
a
Oh,
The
God.
whole thing.
Okay.
I don't want to
think-
talk to any of them.
No.
I'm not talking to those ones. I apologize, everybody, but I'm not talking to those ones.
Well, not every creature is intelligent.
I think Amara would.
Don't I
But
know
that
it?
one looks like it would be, but in a bad way.
No, it's
Probably.
nice. It's just scary.
Oh my
The
god.
tiny ones are always deeply sinister. The tiny, like, cute-looking things are always going to be sinister. It's always going to be a problem. It is. It will forever be a problem. The world has broken me, apparently, and this is just
You have a point there.
great. If it's tiny and cute, it's going to cause problems. Anyway,
I'm confirmed.
we're on a boat.
We're on a boat.
Are we on a boat?
With the man your man can spell
Take a good hard look at the fucking boat.
we want.
Sorry.
We are on a boat.
Yes. I think Amara would mostly be like either meditating or staring off and just mostly like trying to pass the time and feeling very much like ready to be there already.
Okay.
Hmm.
And did we establish what Key was doing during this time?
No, but I also don't know. Like, I truly
fair.
just don't have an idea. Pause for one brief second. We run into a thing that looks like this. So it looks like this on the shirt right here.
Okay.
Unicorn.
Like a little
Over the
Pegasus?
screen. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But it's also a hippocamp.
Oh,
Oh, hippocamp.
heck.
Mhm.
Love
Is
it.
a winged hippocamp with a
Okay.
horn. So we run into one of those.
This thing just
Yeah.
flying
He
by.
just reading is
It
just
is
writing it or
about-
something.
Well, I'm gonna say it's about 2 feet tall. And
Okay.
I'm also gonna say that he kidnapped it and didn't tell anybody. So
we can't just kidnap
I'll
intelligent
put it back. It's fine. I'll put it back when we're on our way back. But until then, this is
Actively
my
bringing it
friend.
into danger.
So this 2 foot tall. Are you the one piloting the boat, Key?
Oh, yes, and it's helping me. That's my excuse. This thing is helping me.
God.
It's not doing anything.
Oh.
It's helping me.
Oh.
It's fine.
Watch it be a baby like that one Adventure Time episode when that little whistler swallows
What?
a poem.
What if and stick with me here.
Okay.
What if these tiny hippocamps are not like sentient intelligent, but like dog level intelligence,
Yeah.
and they are pets throughout the world.
I do appreciate that, yes.
And the previous tenant of the boat accidentally left their pet in the captain's quarters.
Of course,
I'm
they
just-
just
I
knew it.
do
Can I
like
just-
that. Weirdly, I
Irresponsible.
don't see Keanu Reeves having one of these, but that's
No, not Keanu Reeves.
Could
This
have been
is
the
the
friend of
person,
Keanu.
the friend of Keanu that was
Someone.
kind of watching over the boat.
Yeah.
Well, it's mine now.
Yeah, right.
That's the
Also,
end.
I'd like to say I really love the image of no one else realizing it's here except for Key, and then Key has to duck off. I don't know, use a restroom or something, and one of us comes up to see Key, and it's just this wicked hippocampus with like its 2 front hooves on the steering wheel, just kind of like positioned there, wearing like an oversized like this like captain's hat because you've just left it in charge, and one of us just like opening doors like, hey Key.
And the sound that they make, the sound that all of these creatures make is.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's kind of what I was picturing.
Yeah. It feels like that would work underwater.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
It's good and wholesome. And
but also sounds like it would have been better underwater. Like it's like it sounds like a thing that underwater would sound different, and also in a previous iteration because of domestication, like that sound was a different type of sound and it was intimidating and a problem. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Ferocious growl that become sounding
They've got the potential.
like a deranged Pokemon. Yes.
Mhm.
Anyway. So yeah. So that's just
All right. So you got this
that.
little hippocamp pet that's kind of accidentally stowed away.
Mhm.
Okay.
And in the times where the boat, where I am not directly holding the boat like on its course and not sleeping, because sure, why not? We'll just throw that in too. For
Oh
the
God.
for the fun of it, just there won't be any sleeping. There will be just brief moments where I just
Power
rest
nap.
my eyes while petting this little thing. Maybe like steering with a foot, but like my foot is pretty sturdy, and if we're on a straight trajectory, like that's not a problem necessarily. I don't know. I'm trying to justify that as a thing,
Mm.
but it makes sense in my brain. I
mean,
can
you're on
sort
the-
of see it working.
You're on the open ocean. It's pretty much a straight shot there.
Mm-hmm. There's
Yeah.
no rogue icebergs.
No. Yeah, the weather's pretty fine down here, so
Okay,
you're
fabulous.
probably going near the equator because you came off of Palm Gardens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was kind of more of in a tropical area of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also kind of want to talk to a seagull, but like I have no justification for wanting to talk to a seagull. So we're like, that was going to be a suggestion, but there's no information to be gained from this seagull.
It's fine.
Seagulls are all liars.
I don't
anyway.
even know if you'd find a seagull out this far. You're
Mm,
pretty far away from land at this point.
Other than something like maybe like a albatross style creature, like a wandering albatross, because those are.
and then I kill the albatross. No, just kidding. I'm not.
Oh,
Did I just
No.
reference a poem that I've never heard before in my life? Yes, I did. It's fine. I maybe looked at it like one time. Don't remember the name of the thing. Just remember there was an albatross and it got murdered, and then somehow everybody sunk. That's
I like an Alice in Wonderland thing.
like, I think I'll look that up. Please.
Anyway, yes, but
Continue.
Meanwhile.
while we pursue knowledge, let us continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, nothing really happens for a couple of days. You get into a routine of doing what you would like to do on the boat, and there's still plenty of food for the journey there, and presumably the journey back. And it's pretty much without incident. You get to you're starting to approach the coordinates now. Is there anything you want to do as you are approaching the coordinates? It still just looks like open ocean.
I think in a sort of slight nervous energy, I think Sarah is kind of wandering around the boat, sort of checking on various supplies and making sure everything's kind of, if something were to happen, is everything set up so we could just, jump straight into it, that kind of slightly compulsively every few hours going and checking around things. Like, it's like nothing should have changed since the last time I went through here, but what if?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, just sort of pacing slightly, trying to stop, trying to relax, getting too much sun, which gives them too much energy and just.
Ah, yes, it was the rhyme of the ancient mariner. There
Oh,
we go.
yeah, that makes
Anyway.
sense.
Gotcha.
That really, truly should not have taken me more than 5 seconds to find, but okay.
I remember that. I remember reading it.
I mean,
don't.
it only sounds familiar because I saw the lighthouse, and I think they kind of mentioned that. But yeah,
Okay.
Mara would probably be staring out where we're heading to see if I can see anything. I guess just really like ready.
I want you to roll use your senses,
Ooh.
Amara.
Use my senses.
Yeah. How like intently are you staring out there? I know you've got a bunch of different stats. Let's get to your character sheet here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hell yeah.
How are you kind of feeling, I guess?
Ooh.
As you're kind of observing ahead of you.
Probably not trying to show it, but feeling like anxious.
Okay. I want to say then maybe like either energetic because of the way you're feeling.
Yeah.
It probably makes the most sense. Yeah, let's go with energetic. Roll me a d6 and a d4. And let's see what we get for use your senses.
Okay. Ooh, a 4.
Oh, that's a miss.
Oof.
All right. So you are looking out over there. You can't really glean anything from what you are seeing. So you don't have any extra information, but you do end up kind of, it looks like your eyes are almost playing tricks on you because it looks like, like on a hot day in like the desert or whatever, like the air kind of goes wavy like that.
Yeah, the mirage effect.
It kind of looks like that, but only in the direction ahead of you. Like if you look to either side, it looks normal, but it looks like almost like a mirage, sort of very, very subtle mirage sort of thing in front of you. It's a ways away, but you're quickly approaching.
Oh boy.
I don't know if anyone's near me, but I would probably try to start conversation about that.
Okay. The two spirits are next to you.
Okay. It looks different. What is that?
That would be the barrier of illusion that you are seeing. That is where we need to go. This is VN talking.
Okay. And what's beyond that?
Why, the eye, of course. Endra speaks up.
And she says more to herself, but what is the eye?
You'll see. It is the place where we can commune with Solaria. Unfortunately, we have not seen it ourselves, Vian and I, but it will be for you to find the answers that you seek.
All right. I hope we're ready.
You'll be ready. Key.
As ready as we'll ever be.
You are quickly approaching the coordinates that you had gotten from the spirits back in the theater. And you're getting to the point where it's probably a good idea to slow down, you're thinking.
The chaos of my brain is saying, when do I tell the team that I don't know how to land this boat? Which is silly because it is to land the boat is a funny idea in my brain. I'm
Yeah.
not that's the chaos brain. We're not going with the chaos thoughts today because I want us all to live.
You're a survivor.
However, I would like it generally noted, I have no idea what I am doing. So, I would like to make some form of roll to make sure that that this boat doesn't collide with rocks
That you can't
because we
currently
got too
see.
close to shore.
Right.
Yes, exactly. Like I can't see anything, but you know what? I would like very much to sort of ensure a gentle landing, but honestly, that truly does feel like a thing that warrants an actual roll, because I well and truly don't know how to do that. And I don't know. I don't think my I just wanted to call Kia bird teen. That's our lovely neighborhood bird teen. Despite being, I think we established Kia's in their 20s, but whatever. So I'm gonna. I don't know what to roll for that. What do you think it would be?
Do you think, being the survivor, Key knows how to take chances and come out unscathed for the most part?
That sounds good.
Do you think that Key is trying to do this without regards for the consequences, knowing that they can pull it off?
I feel slightly like this is one of those just
because you have a move for this.
I do?
You do. You have a move called Watch This.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
God. Hell no.
I would like to use this. Yes. So without regards for consequences.
All right. So when you do something that you've never attempted with no regard for the consequences, describe how you pull it off and then roll with questions.
Okay. So,
So many cats currently. So
Wow.
so
I wish I could find my cat, but he's gonna be outside somewhere.
No.
Don't
So
want
I
him to
am,
live here with me.
okay. So I'm rolling 2d6. Yes.
So
now-
first,
mhm.
you need to describe how you pull off what you're trying
Right.
to do.
Okay.
So you do it. This succeeds.
Oh.
We just
Well-
need to figure out what happens because of you doing this.
Well, that's magical. So basically, this is not the way that it happened, but I did just want to briefly share the thought that just came to my head, which is kind of like somebody like taking a car, like going real fast, and then just sort of spinning to the side.
Like drifting it
and
into a
just
parking spot.
drifting yeah.
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
kind of, yeah, you're right.
Like splashing
So we
water
all-
straight ahead.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we all
yeah.
like notice that like the closer we seem to be getting to land, the faster we seem to be going.
Now
and
you
then
can't.
suddenly
you
I
can't
just shout, "Drop anchor!"
Can I also just say this is just my method for parking in Sea of Thieves? Of like coming up alongside something, and then depending on how far I want the boat to turn once the anchor drops, is how much I've turned the wheel, because that's how boats work in Sea of Thieves, and you have to be careful if it's going to Tokyo drift too far
Oh, that's amazing.
and crash into the side of an island. It's
Oh, that's happened.
Genuinely,
Wow.
that's what we're going with. That's what we're doing, and so drop anchor is just you just hear that, and
Good luck.
I'm assuming I have tasked Rolly with this.
Yeah.
For no reason other than that is a cute image and cinematically
No, that's
feels
perfect.
good to me. This is bold. This is a bold move. If we get a shot of Key Their eyes just look kind of. There's fire in them for no reason. This is a very, very anime moment, but
Awesome.
like from my childhood. It's like how I'm picturing this.
Yeah.
That's just what we're getting.
So I've got 3 questions for you.
Yes.
Is failure dire?
Yes. We are. Yes. I mean, well, yes, considering one of our teammates cannot go into seawater. This is, I think, a crucial part of that. Like,
well, I can. I just need to get out of seawater before
right.
the intense cold kicks in
That
and
makes
I
sense.
lock up and drown.
Yeah.
Yes. All the more reason I am saying it is crucial that we don't go in the water.
Perfect.
That feels
very
crucial to me that we all lived through this,
Yeah.
generally.
Okay. So do you have transferable skills?
I don't think he can drive, so no.
Have you watched someone else pull this off before?
No. Why
Okay.
would I see it?
I mean, I'm thinking you have the small skills of the fact that you've been piloting a boat for like a few days, so you know the basics.
Yeah.
It's been going mainly in
that
a
does make
straight
sense, yeah.
line. I don't know. It's been going
I can also just say, I think how this is going to work is that like Key just yells like drop anchor, and I think Tori, Amara, and Sarah all just sort of look at each other and go, wait, what? And then Buck, who is probably closest to it, goes, okay, and drops it, because that seems like how it's going to happen.
honestly crucial. I appreciate it. Yes.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
I really hope my
So,
cursing's not picking up on mic. I keep forgetting. I apologize.
No, the cat is
I'll just say
wonderful and fine, and I love it.
No,
Mhm.
I'm cursing, and I hope it's not picking up.
Oh.
I have not heard much of it.
Okay, good.
So
Perfect.
yeah.
So that's a D6 and a D8. Go ahead and roll
fabulous.
that.
Okay. Oh boy.
Just the image of Buck in the background, just like, okay then, just drops anchor.
So it's 5 on the D6 and 4 on the D8. So
Ooh.
9.
That's a 9. Okay.
Mhm.
On a 7 to 9, you get to choose 2 from this list.
Mhm.
Your actions upset or offend someone watching.
Oh,
You bring
no.
harm upon yourself or someone else. You are deeper entangled in the situation. Or you introduce new complicating factors.
The capitalists in the ship behind us seeing all the comments. It's like, what the hell are they doing? What is this?
I do genuinely kind of love that, though. Actually,
It's so good.
So your actions upset or offend someone watching.
Mermaids have to
I
duck
do
out of the way.
high key kind of think that, like, are we sure that nobody on the ship is genuinely mad at me for just attempting something absolutely wild?
Sarah
no
is
reason?
mad.
I'm
That
sure.
is
Still in sort of panic
Yeah.
mode. But once the panic fades, she will be very mad.
And
I probably would be too.
I think I will also oh boy. So if I opted to bring harm onto somebody,
Yeah.
does it have to be somebody on the team? Can it be somebody who is slightly can it be some force of some kind? Like maybe perhaps the island didn't want to necessarily get extremely wet, or like I harmed. Oh God, no! My thought there was I harmed a tiny lizard that was sunbathing.
Well,
No!
the thing is,
Oh,
do
that
have
could
to-
be a reason. That could be a reason. That
I do have to
Sarah's mad at me,
say-
actually.
Key and everybody, Amara included, does not see an island.
Yeah.
Oh,
There is no island in front of you. Amara
You're
can
just
see a
guesstimating.
shimmering wall, everybody else sees the open ocean. But you were approaching the coordinates.
Will the boat be harmed if we crash into the wall slightly? Or will it go through the wall?
It's just saying, if anyone's down below and is not prepared for your Tokyo-style drift, they are going to be thrown against the wall.
That is true. Okay, so there
Yeah.
is that. I was going to say that could be deeper entangled in the situation if somehow the boat is just like half in existence and half not, and we're just really not sure what exactly we're supposed to do about being half in and half out of a possible actual wall, or maybe not an actual wall. That one might work then.
Yeah.
Okay. Bring
We'll roll
harm
with
to
that
yourself or someone else.
Oh, I was thinking the one underneath that one.
Oh, deeper entangled in the situation.
Which is why I was asking about whether or not it was a physical wall or a
Mhm.
metaphysical wall. Ah, yes, metaphysical wall.
Aha.
Fabulous. Like,
For a second, I thought you were going to say metaphorical wall, and I was going to be like, I'm fairly sure it is at least semi-real.
this wall is a metaphor for everything. This wall is a metaphor for.
I mean, it kind of is the way I designed it, but still. So, no, it is not a physical barrier of sorts. But you are deeper entangled in the situation. Yeah, we'll say that happens, and I'll let you know what that means later.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. So the wave of water that is created by this Tokyo-style drift in the ocean pushes away from the side of the boat, which is now facing the direction you were going, and passes through that shimmering barrier that you see, Amara, and eventually kind of dies down into just, normal waves of the ocean. And you are parked. You're parked relatively close to this shimmering wall, almost right against it, honestly. But you do have a little bit of room available between the boat and this wall.
Sarah, I think, is going to pull themselves up from where she had ended up. I think, because I said they were on, the center sort of the deck, they tumbled and, smacked into one of the, railings along with Thickums. And probably some of the, furniture we had on the deck, and sort of entangles themselves, just looks over at whoever else is there, and just I'm gonna murder that bird.
Oh my god.
I am going to murder that bird.
Oh no.
Sort of just flops briefly because they did just get lurched over and nearly into the ocean.
As soon as we started to shift, Mara probably would have braced against the railing, just down and against the railing as much as possible, and just hanging on, and then just who did that?
Wave.
Yay! Who is that? What are you doing?
What the hell, Key?
I have no idea how to drive a boat. Yay!
Why did we let Key drive?
I don't know why you did that. That was your mistake.
Who dropped the anchor, though?
Buck just
just villainous cackle for no reason. Yeah.
That was fun. Come on.
Do you know why we're
looking
here?
up from where she's flopped on the deck, just covered in stuff. Probably also a bunch of leaves and twigs, because I probably crushed Thickum slightly.
Oh no.
He goose gamooshed.
Well, I was also trying to stop him from sliding off the deck.
Yeah.
Where is
Trying to protect
Rolly
him.
though?
I really hope Rolly was. Oh god, it was Rolly on the deck.
Oh
Rolly
didn't
engaged his
roll off.
magnets and
Rolly's
stuck to the
fine.
deck.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
Rolly would have.
No,
at
Rolly
most
was
hit the
downstairs.
edge
He's in
and
like a
then
pot
just-
somewhere.
Rolly would have like just gently hit the edge of the side, but bounce back immediately. Rolly's
God.
fine. Rolly is fine. Rolly.
I
is
just
fine,
liked
everybody.
the thought of Rolly engaging like internal magnets along the side of the boat
Oh,
and
love it.
like
I do
sticking
like
to the
that.
side.
That's
So
good.
Rolly just comes like rolling back up over the railing and flops onto the deck.
Makes a
Yeah.
little trilling noise.
Like shakes off
Rolly!
some water.
Hmm.
And none of us
No.
knew we could do that, so we're all
Has-
like,
So
whoa.
glad they made him
those
waterproof.
little like arm things that connect to other things come out and spin around and turn into a little fan and dry himself off.
Nice.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
This thing is just like BB-8 only. More murders.
Yes.
More murders. BB-8 with a kill count.
Uh-huh.
Wide.
Oh god. So Key is going to come down holding the I also, by the way, did just realize that that hippocamps are and do in fact usually have wings. That is simply a thing that they do frequently have in statues. So this one just has wings just because.
There you go.
Fine then.
And just sort of holding it, just petting it. And I do not know what to call this thing. I've been racking my brain for like 5 minutes trying to think of what's a fun Greek name? That just feels like a fun thing to give it just a very Greek name. And separate from any of that, the only thing that is coming up in my brain is I'm gonna name it Cappy, like Capricorn.
That works.
Yes.
All I could think of is Socrates. So
Oh, great.
Isn't Hippolyta a Greek name?
Ooh.
Is that too on the nose?
That
not
is
bad.
the queen of the Amazons.
Okay.
I do like that one.
It's pretty.
but
I will
Cappy is
go with
adorable.
Cappy.
Mm.
Cappy.
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 Like a capybara, but it can't be.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the boat settled.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What was your
Well.
plan? What were you doing?
Don't think they got that far.
We
My
need to go
plan
through
was-
keys.
My plan was for us to stop at the edge on the off chance this wound up being I don't know, in case there was a turtle that popped up and something. I don't know. I figured it could be a moving island that just sort of goes up and down and that it's on the back of a turtle. That's what I was thinking. I mean, maybe that's absolutely insane. Maybe that is an insane thing to think. Sure. You know what else an insane thing? Me driving a boat. I'm a flyer. I fly places. That is what I do. I fly places. I have wings. I fly. I don't know how to pilot a boat. I don't know how to do that. But we got here, didn't we?
Did we die? Not this time.
Exactly. Buck gets it.
None of you are taking this seriously.
I'm taking this seriously. I'm just trying to undo all the bruises that I just sustained. Give me a minute.
That's fair.
I need
Would you
pain.
like to-
I just need to cope with that.
Would you like to pet Cappy?
Oh no, we don't
I'm
have we don't have Tori's healing.
Oh,
It's fine. I'm gonna say they're minor bruises, but it's
Tori's asleep on a nice, comfortable chair on the deck. Didn't notice.
didn't
a
even
thing.
notice.
Didn't notice.
It just slid to one side,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like back with the back facing it.
Love
They
it.
were fine.
Good times.
I think Sarah's gonna pull themselves up and find something small, like some small object. Excuse me. I'm not quite sure what I would find. That would be on the deck. Just something like small. Pick it up and just throw it at the wall because it's like, see what the deal is. I don't know, maybe like some kind of small cup or something.
As a Key hands you an earring. For
I'm not taking anything from Key right now.
Just takes off an earing. It's heavy.
It's like just not looking at you.
There's probably like there's got to be something that's just like loose and available to toss.
Yeah, probably like a cup or something.
Yeah, you can
throw
throw a
people
cup
have been
up
doing some drinking.
Probably.
Of like, got to stay hydrated.
Yeah, there's plenty of
with water?
Desalinated water.
mhm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there might have been other kinds of drinking, but also a lot of hydration. But also I want to say,
water.
I'm going to make sure it's a cup that is not going to like pollute this nice, untouched, possibly ocean. So,
They're all biodegradable.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
true.
just
yeah.
throw the cup at
All
the
right.
wall.
You throw a cup
It's all
in the
biodegradable.
direction of where you were going. You don't see any sort of wall in front
That's
of you.
true.
Did you convey any of that to your companions, Amara, that there is something there?
I guess
Because
technically
as far as you know, everybody might see this.
that's true. Yeah, I don't think I really specified. I was talking to I said I was going to talk to anybody who was around me and the spirits were. So I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
either way.
also, I guess Sarah is kind of figuring that if there's going to be something like, we pulled short, let's just see, is there potentially an invisible situation? Because, we're
Okay.
at the coordinates. Is there like a, well, something, if, will there be a notice of some kind,
Yeah.
if we're unwilling to directly go there?
If
Are
nothing
there
else, I would be
turtles?
like, we're supposed to go through the wall, and y'all are probably like, what?
It's like,
The what?
a wall? I thought we was waiting for turtles. What's happening? Very stuck on turtles. I don't know. I'm sorry. There
So
are
My
no
fault
turtles.
for not communicating with you.
That's fair.
She's just fuming though.
We
Just
can also keep going. I mean, if there's a wall there,
Just brain is like, I don't even know how to finish that sentence.
like,
Yeah, but what happens to the cup?
I
yeah,
had
let's
a-
do that.
The
Oh,
the
yeah,
cup
let's go with
passes in front of the boat, or technically off to the side at this time, and soars pretty far. I imagine that with Sierra's parkouring, that Sierra is pretty
I got
has a
good
pretty
arm.
decent throwing arm.
Yeah.
Makes it past you, Amara. You see it past the barrier, and all of you see a cup go soaring into an ocean.
hmm.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anything there.
So I'm gonna throw Cappy.
Slam, I hope.
No,
I mean, Cappy literally has a
fin.
has a fin and wings. I'm sure Cappy will just be fine.
Oh my
before you throw Cappy, I want to say, as you're
God.
about to concoct this plan,
Thinking.
Amara, you see the two spirits climb up from beneath the boat and climb back onto the deck, as they were probably thrown off.
Oh no.
during-
I do appreciate that they use the stairs.
They're climbing
That
up the
these
side.
spirits didn't just float. I appreciate that. There's something about that makes them feel very grounded, and I like them a lot more because of it.
They're
Anyway.
literally grounded.
Ha! Literally grounded.
Well, it seems like we've arrived, Vienne says a little annoyingly.
Yeah. I apologize on
It's
behalf of my teammates. So embarrassed by you.
I think quietly under
Miming.
their breath, Sarah just goes like, I wouldn't.
You guys, you're embarrassing me in front of my new spirit
I
friends.
know, right? Like, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah.
I'm trying to look like an adult here.
I'm the only adult on this ship. Older than all of them.
Holds little horse dog friend,
Oh my god.
horse mermaid dog friend, and it's like, what?
Oh,
And you all hear this
see the
one-sided
spirits that
conversation.
Amara's talking to.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think you can. You see the spirits. sometimes.
No, only Amara can see the spirits.
I
think
we
we're
just hear Amara talking to the air and be like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're
Oh.
starting to get used to Amara
I mean-
just randomly talking, and we just have to assume that it's to spirits, and Amara's just not,
Well, especially
Joshing
since
with
she's
us.
transformed right now, and you understand that she can see spirits when she's transformed.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
going
Amara could just be
Still
pranking
raise
us.
my
We wouldn't know.
my
That's
eyebrows.
true.
Because having someone apologize to the air for you, like, kind of offended. Like,
You should. Yes, though. That I probably would too. Yeah.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Like, excuse you.
Like a whole continues a whole new pet. Like I can't be embarrassed. I have this new pet friend.
Oh my god.
I'm sort
it's
of
amazing.
holding them up like Simba right now
Yeah.
because I am prepared to yeet said pet
Oh,
friend
nice.
inside of a boat.
Don't
the
baby.
baby.
With the knowledge that I have spent the last 62 hours with it, I'm pretty sure it doesn't think I'm just gonna abandon it by throwing it over the thing.
You're
I
making
do
a big
want
assumption
it
about the
to
fact that
come
its
back.
wings are big enough for it to fly, considering it's a baby. But anyway.
Uh-huh.
This is fair. This is very fair. Though granted, I don't know necessarily that it's a baby. I just know the thing is only like 2 feet tall.
Hmm.
Would this be pretty much like an argument happening between all of us at this
Yeah,
point?
Probably.
I feel like
Probably.
Oh,
It feels like that.
Throw it. Do not throw it, Gabby. Don't.
I think Sirius. Shut up.
But we can see the thing, and
Stop
I'm
it.
pretty
Stop
sure it'll be fine.
No.
It'll be fine, won't you, little baby?
What? You don't just throw things, especially when they're not yours.
Is it? But Cappy is mine.
You didn't. Someone else that also owns it. Okay.
It's also a living thing.
No.
Yeah.
Before your
Keep the
friends
baby.
throw something else into the ocean.
Right.
Before I just get yeeted myself, just right in the ocean.
Yourself in there.
Perhaps we can help you open the way.
Yes. Let's do that.
To do that, we need to
just picturing
perform.
Sarah being like,
Oh my God.
you know what? And yeeting the key. You get yeeted.
Who else can fly?
I get yeeted while still
Yeet
holding
key.
Cappy.
Oh no.
No, I'm taking Cappy off you for any eating habit.
No. Oh god.
That doesn't happen. That's just funny.
No.
Oh
No.
goodness.
It's close though.
Oh.
That is Sarah's happy place right now. Is yeeting key up the side of the boat.
Fair.
Got those wings in the chat.
Mhm.
Fair.
So to open the way, we need to perform a water ritual of sorts.
All right.
How are you at dancing, dearie?
I've been taught a couple of dances, including a waltz.
Well,
I am
think of it.
imagining just hearing half this conversation. and thinking,
Right?
what?
Think of it as less as a waltz and more as one of your weapon katas, if that helps. To perform this ritual, we will begin dancing on the surface of the water. We can get you started, but it's up to you to tune into the energies of the area and finish the dance yourself.
Okay. I turn to the others and I tell them that I need to perform a water ritual of sorts to open the way for us.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Need anything?
Need
Well,
help?
that
Need
checks
help?
out. That
Need
sounds
some music?
fine. Do we?
I mean, frankly, at this rate,
Need
we're going to a
dance?
strange place in the middle of the ocean on the vibe of like a bunch of spirits who showed up who can only talk to
Yeah,
one of us. A
pretty
water
much.
ritual feels like exactly the next step to go with this. Yes.
No,
Exactly.
I
Can we
ain't mad
take a
at
quick
it.
bio break?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
go
yeah.
for it.
Before we get to the
Vibrate.
water ritual, let's take a quick bio break. Audience, we will be
Quick
back
word from
in a
our
few minutes.
sponsors. Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, that was too cursed.
Oh
Yes.
god. I'm gonna attempt something and just see what
Okay.
happens.
Oh,
Wow, my lighting actually kind of improves when this when the light is off. It is a little bit stark, but honestly, it's better when it's not directly overhead. I do kind of like it better. Huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm. It does make that one little dot right there kind of noticeable. Whatever. Ah,
so
I
welcome
could
to
have
intermission,
done.
everybody.
Yeah.
I could have done some work to fix some of these blemishes before getting on screen, but
I can't even see him.
that that's because I have the filter on. See, that's it. That's because I have that. That's because Zoom has a filter. Because Zoom,
Oh, does it? 'Cause
cares-
I have
yeah, it
some
does.
too.
Mm-hmm.
it has a
Oh, wow.
yeah, in the video section, there's choose video filter, and
Oh.
I think, oh, apparently I did not select that. That's fun. So apparently I do not have a filter on.
You just
Other
look
than-
fabulous normally.
Wait, oh no, sorry. In the regular video section, there is one that says touch up my appearance. Just totally take out my nose ring on accident. That's fun.
Ew.
Hmm.
That's
Anyway.
not good.
Whatever. We'll just perform the remainder of this stream without me having a nose ring on.
That's probably better than putting it in live on camera.
Honestly, it's not even that bad because it is like revealing myself to everybody. It is a fake nose ring. Like it's not that it's not
Yes.
like a huge So
Oh.
like I could put it back in. Like it just I've never looked at myself while trying to put it in. And I don't want to see like
You
I
don't want
know
it
what that
recorded
looks
for
like.
all of eternity.
Yeah, like it just feels like a not a great plan, but
Oh, it's
no,
okay.
it
Aw,
is.
kitty.
Ooh, I did touch up my. Ah, yes. Okay, I did click touch up
More
on the
kitties.
camera just to see what would happen, and it appears to have done absolutely nothing.
And I know Memento is saying something, but I know they are also muted. So
I'm always muted. I don't have the brain power to switch from muted to not muted. I just don't.
it's fine.
This checks out. I just never mute anything, but I also manage to not say anything ever. It's very useful for me. No, I'm kidding. I talk a lot, an unnecessary amount. But I actually do want to check and see what these video filters do. Like high key, I just want to know. So, oh, I have to download the package for it. That's fun. Okay.
No time like the present during a live stream. to
Why
mess
not?
with your video settings?
I can easily change it back, and I'm only messing with one setting,
Yep.
which is the one
Whoa.
where it just does that, which is pretty much nothing.
What are we seeing? It looks like you're going through a warp tunnel. And it
Oh.
says, huh?
It says
Oh, it does,
Comic
yeah.
comic book for no reason.
Yeah, we can't see it on the stream because it's. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Honestly, I do kind of live for this. This is kind of lovely.
That's
Actually.
right.
You should have put this on sunglasses on after you did the drift.
Oh my god! Oh
Deal
wow!
with it. Oh. Yep.
I honestly would love antlers. That sounds fun.
Good.
The only problem with having antlers is that they would shed annually, which is
Yeah.
kind of annoying.
And apparently
The
it's really
concept of them
wild
shedding.
too.
Hmm?
It's like a velvet, it's
Oh, it's
kind of body
super
horror-ish, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah,
Oh, look
I
at
don't
that.
want one, but I also do want them actually. Ooh,
Ooh,
wait
I
a
like
minute.
That was pretty
Where's
Gold?
the potato
What-
filter?
What is
cool.
happening now? What is happening?
God, where is the potato
don't
filter?
So frustrating.
New world.
Okay, I don't know what's happening anymore. But this is
I'm waiting
okay.
for Alyzona to
I know.
finish.
Oh, I
I
fear
lost
if
control.
I start messing with settings, it's just
Oh
gonna
my
mess up
God.
everybody's video on
Okay,
the
that's-
stream.
It's
So
actually really cute.
I'm performing the rest of this because the nose ring fell out. We will do the rest of this with the I am doing the rest of this stream with a mustache.
oh my
Hell yeah.
I love that for you. Very good.
Wow. Technology.
I will do this with a mustache and a Daliaville French accent.
Very
Anyway.
stereotypical French accent.
Mhm.
Good times.
I wish I
Oh.
could combine this with the beret.
Oh, that would be
Gracious.
wonderful.
Okay, just the mustache and back to everything.
That's fine.
Anyway,
Okay, that's fine.
Fucking God.
we will watch me leave this setting on so that's on for my next Zoom call.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I kind of love that though. Anyway,
So, I'm just gonna look to this section of the.
I can
videos.
remove it, Ryan. If
No, it's
really
fine. It's fine.
distracting.
I'll get used to it. It's fine.
Except when I put my hand up to my face, there's just a mustache on my
just
hand.
looks like you've got a tattooed mustache
Good
on your
God.
hand for the sole
No, just
purpose.
but do it. You have the finger, yeah.
Mhm. There you go.
Oh
I
gosh.
just
It's
lived
giving me
this perfect.
flashbacks.
Hilarious. Oh my god. No.
So, Amara, you need to do a dance on the water. There is probably something you have to do to start it, but the spirits will have to lead you in that. Getting to the edge of the boat, you can see the spirits begin to do a couple of hand motions, and
Hi, buddy.
the water down below, like a circle, kind of appears in it, and it kind of raises up a bit like a platform. Or so. So,
Oh.
Probably like I'm supposed to get on the platform.
Can it be turtle shaped?
Ooh,
Just
the big turtle.
it's just kind of rounded,
okay.
maybe a little turtle back shaped, I guess.
I'm a fan.
Geometric.
Yay.
Sure, that's
I
fine.
have been assuaged.
So,
my desire for turtles has been assuaged.
Yes.
so I would like to have you describe to me what this scene kind of looks like.
I imagine she probably draws her staff, like the weapon she usually uses, and steps down onto the little platform that's raised, because I imagine that's where I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah, it
And,
feels like solid ground.
Work on. And then probably start doing, let's see, in the mixed martial arts that I took, they were called katas, but they were basically like moves that we learned, but they're demonstrated in a way to kind of like a solo style of what you know.
Yeah.
And it's very much, it's a bit more performative than it is the actual moves, but it's still like showing your teachers like, you know what moves these are, and
Know what I'm doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That
But it's also
definitely
very
reminds me of my
graceful.
Taekwondo days. So
yeah.
yeah. Awesome. So you start performing this weapon kata dance, and as your feet and hands and staff touch the surface of the water kind of shoots up little pillars to catch you.
Nice.
So these like little fountains are kind of shooting up and moving with you through the water.
Wonderful.
And I have a custom move for this.
Ooh.
When you dance upon the ocean to find your way to the Eye of Solaria, roll with narrative approach. So this sounds like you could be utilizing Valiant or Relaxed.
Not or both. That's not a real suggestion that I just made.
I don't know. Split the difference.
No.
That's not how it works, JV.
I know. I have now
What would the
entered the realm
options
of
be?
evening where I have chaos thoughts. I apologize.
I would
Yeah, my
probably
thought
say
is,
Valiant.
yeah,
Maybe that's what I
Valiant
was thinking.
makes the most sense because you're relying on your combat training and whatnot there. So let's go ahead and roll with Valiant. You're going to be
Okay.
rolling a D8 and a D10.
Okay. D8, D10.
Hmm.
Okay, 11.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. On a hit, the path before you is clear, and the barrier of illusion drops for you and your companions. And you don't have to worry about the rest of the move because that's all that happens.
Awesome.
But yeah, what does that look like when the barrier drops? Like, what sort of cool move are you doing when finishing the dance?
Probably with both hands thrusting the staff forward, and maybe like the water kind of shoots up along a path and then towards the barrier, and then the water just kind of ripples all the way up to the top, and
Oh, I love
everything just kind of falls down like in a big shower.
that. Absolutely. Very cool. Okay. So now before you are multiple islands that were not there before. They appear to be all kind of swirling around one another, and it almost looks like a maze. There's some large islands. There are some small, you could almost call them islands. They're mostly just like sandbanks that create shapes within the water itself. But some of these islands look like they're miles wide. That's kind of what you're seeing.
Interesting.
So the way to the eye is open. Unfortunately, this is where we must part, Amara. We cannot go with you past this point.
She just kind of looks down and taps the staff on what she's standing on and says, I understand, and looks back at the rest of you on the boat.
Keep your friends close, Amara. You'll need one another in the times ahead.
Thank you.
All right. So I presume you get back on the boat.
Yes.
And now the way is open. It might not be open for too long. So you might want to get moving through there. Let's just say you do.
Yes.
Just for the sake of moving the story along a little bit.
Yeah.
You get past the barrier. And once you pass that, the two spirits that were with you stayed down below on the water. And you can see them kind of fade in the distance. And once you pass that barrier, they vanish. And you just see open ocean beyond where you were.
So I assume we're walking on these little islands.
Yeah,
These
you
little
are on the
sand
boat
banks.
currently
Oh,
right
okay.
now. Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
And there are pathways for the boat to go through
Ah,
to
okay.
get around these islands.
Gotcha.
And you think you probably need to get to the center of this group of islands, but you don't know exactly where the center is from this vantage point.
Okay. I think we need to get to the center, but I don't know where that is.
Well, I have absolutely no idea what to tell you. But I mean, maybe. Ooh, I know what I want to do. Actually, that I think will genuinely be actually helpful for once. From me instead of a chaotic suggestion.
It was all helpful. It was all good.
Energy sensing.
Ooh,
Which
yeah.
means prior to this, I will
Yeah.
need to transform. So
I like that. Okay, so you want to give a brief explanation of your transformation sequence?
yes, I am 90% certain I have changed it since the last time.
It's fine.
You've had
They-
character growth, and there's probably been new animators, so it's fine.
character growth of new animators. I didn't need these. I was just testing to see what happened with the
I
lighting
thought it was a
and those
filter.
glasses. No, those were real. Those glasses were real. I did pop the nose ring back in though. Anyway, so Key sort of grips the feather pendant as is their wont. Whispers something that like we all recognize because we've heard it before in the series, but it's like actually whispered this time, so we don't really hear it. But you do see it start to glow, which is a weird way to describe like also the color black just sort of shining. But like it's glowing, but it's glowing black, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
But not
Fairly sure Terry
evil and
Pratchett
creepy.
described that once. That was
Yeah.
the color of magic is
Yeah, it was in that one.
color so dark that it came out the other side looking this like kind of purple intense glow. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm
It's
big time.
that.
I should reread the Discworld series, honestly.
Wow.
I
I
listen
probably
to it
need
as
to.
I'm falling asleep. It's honestly phenomenal. Like
Aw.
the they're free on YouTube, a good chunk of them. Anyway, the
Honestly,
audiobooks just
They are both incredibly like creative, but then also deeply funny in so many
That's-
ways.
that's why. Anyway, yes. So that color sort of emanates from it. In the animation sequence following, it has now become full on knockoff Sailor Moon sequence is
Wonderful.
what's happening right now.
That's fine.
Every
We're
time.
trying to be subtle about it at the start, but they've given
Yeah.
up.
And we
So
do it up.
the immediate first thing that happens, we see the eyes, which change to a brighter purple than I think previously has been used. Then it's quite evident that he got taller. He got taller during the transformation.
Absolutely.
The little
Then,
She-Ra like
Mhm.
slight size increase.
Mhm.
Then
Yes.
legs got longer is what happened really. Like
Mhm.
the rest of the frame totally the same. Them legs though.
Mm.
Legs for
Statuesque.
The important
Statuesque
part. Legs are going
and
forever.
heels.
Legs
And
for
heels.
days.
Both of them.
Nice.
Mhm.
But they're like practical heels.
There you go.
Battle heels.
Battle heels. I have watched so many videos about how fighting in heels is just like impractical and a bad idea. And that's why every
yeah.
time I see it, I'm like, but that makes it more badass in my mind
Mhm.
because
If
you
you
had
can
the
pull it off.
confidence to do that, knowing that your footwear was wrong. Like
That's true.
that. Like think about that. That's like
It's
That's
a
great. I
statement.
love that. That's a
Mhm.
especially
I will
when you
say, as someone
utilize
who's
the
attempted to
shoes.
run in heels, I couldn't imagine doing anything more than that. It's
Mhm.
gone badly.
I've done
We'll
it
do it from time to
before. I've done it before, but not with any heels that were like meaningfully high or like I wasn't sure where they came from and therefore wasn't sure the quality of the heel and whether or not the heel was like absolutely gonna snap or not. Anyway, so these heels, however, are very sturdy.
Mm.
And just probably wedges, let's be real, they're combat wedges, whatever, it's fine. So
Good.
these lovely combat wedges, there's more leather involved this time, just in the look overall. Like some of the things that were feathers previously are like that sort of were just around the body are sort of black and purple, like sort of leather cut in a specific shape to sort of give them a feather-like look to them.
Nice.
And it's fabulous. It's fancy. And just the wings are more, I think maybe even it's due to the location and being closer to whatever this like magical thing is.
Mhm.
They are visible now, like just straight up visual now.
Okay.
And still like kind of shimmery and like extra, very extra. The extra is just a great way to describe these wings.
Mhm.
They're deeply extra. Um, and but they're visible now, whereas you would see like a vague outline of them before. Nope, they're just out and out there. It's just a full-on actual bird-like looking being now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you transform and you're tapping into the energy of the area, you said, in order to find the center. Is that right?
Yeah. So just a bit of utilizing the energy manipulation to sort of do an energy scan, to see if like something that presumably the eye is either where there will be a weird void of energy, like the eye of a storm,
pulsating center of it.
Exactly. So it's one or the other,
Mhm.
and typically will be in the center. So
It
we'll be able to
is-
see it like a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna have you roll for this because it's obvious. Like as soon as you transform, like you can sense it like a beacon in the night. So this is
Rockin'.
it is shining brightly. You have to go around a couple islands, but you can easily navigate your way there if you can fit inside the cockpit of the boat with your wings. But I'm assuming you can.
Oh yes, absolutely. I
No, you're
did
just perched
also
on the front and yelling instructions to
Yeah,
Captain.
right. Go this way.
I did just have a fun little side thought, which is that
Please.
because of the energy of the area giving like a weird additional effect that that this transformation is going to mildly apply to Cappy as well, and Cappy is going to just Cappy's wings are going to change color. It's not like they're just going to be a slightly different color now. They're going to sort of
A little
mirror
bit
the color of
blacker.
my wings
Yeah.
now. I was
They
like,
just don't
"Aw."
even notice. They're just looking ahead all happy.
Just keep making the
Mhm.
noise. Very happy. Very
Exactly.
happy about it. Just
There you go.
yeah.
Are they
Fun.
happy Cappy?
Happy Cappy. Yep.
The happiest of Cappy.
The happiest
Yes.
of Cappies. That's fine. So you navigate around these islands, and you get to the center of this this area. In the center, I'm gonna put up a visual aid on the chat, or not in the chat. Yeah, I'll throw it in the chat too for those that are not watching the stream. Part of my players.
Me, because I do not need to see my own face.
I did
There we
But
go.
I
check out
already
of the-
am.
You see a deep blue pool of water. It is almost like a hole in the ocean itself. Around this hole are two main islands. One is larger that curves around the hole completely and continues in either direction, and one is smaller that curves around the opposite side, with two openings big enough for your ship to pass through. There are large forests that are encompassing both sides, save for a single clearing on the smaller island, which rests at the very edge of this hole in the ocean. And occasionally you can see a flock of birds taking off from one tree to another in various parts of the island.
Is this like a great blue hole situation, which is the giant sinkhole that you can actually straight up see from space?
Jesus.
Oh wow.
That's pretty much
It's
that's pretty much
massive,
it.
and it is so dark because of the like depth of it that it is visible from space. Not like way out if you just looked at the Earth, of course, but if you zoomed in to a like
space station levels.
Yeah, pretty zoom, like not like super close in, like you can still see it from quite a ways away. It is
terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying. It's a sinkhole.
Does anybody look in as you're writing over it?
I think Siri is in that like
curious, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in that sort of like deep terror way of like, oh God, that is my great nightmare. But also, I guess that logically Cyril is probably a little bit philosophophic on that notion, and so it's kind of half doing the thing of like, oh God, this is the worst thing, but also that like I can't turn away. This is a car crash.
Yeah.
So peering into the hole itself, you can kind of see what feels like an infinite darkness, as well as an intense light all at the same time.
Whoa.
It almost feels like if you focus just slightly differently, it's more light than darkness and more darkness than light if you focus slightly, like one of those magic eye pictures. The darkness and the light kind of swirl and dance with one another in kind of like a seemingly random pattern.
Relatable.
But yeah, you're in this quote unquote eye, and the only other thing that you see here is that clearing, and you see there is potentially some structures on the clearing, some small structures.
Well, the clearing seems like the best place to go.
It does, yeah.
If Key, you want to safely and calmly get us over there.
Please.
Specifically, I think this time when you're going to go over there and like do it, I think both like Syrah and like Amara just standing in the room, just like staring, just like
the chaos in my brain says, what if I just jump out the window because I know I can get there?
Because you can fly.
God.
Can anybody else pilot?
If you don't let me be chaotic, I'm not driving.
I feel like I might be able to drive.
Didn't we say Buck was going to be driving anyway because Buck knew about all the technology?
I think that actually was what we said initially.
Buck's like, well, Keith
Buck
said
doesn't
there
have the
is a fire
attention
driving.
span for long trips, I would imagine. Someone had to take over.
It was a better learning experience for Key.
Yeah.
Someone took over for me because I wanted to. Oh, actually, no. I will use my wings for this bit though, just to like fly ahead, like above us, and give us a general sense of like what we see. So maybe like what you just relayed to us about, like about how this is set up and situated, is relayed to everybody from an aerial view from Key, just doing just a general overall look and see. There we go. I like that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Potentially might see anyone say pursuing us, unless they are somehow close.
Actually,
I've been trying to find a good non-meta gaming way of doing it.
Right.
Like just in general, would that like is that like because you said they weren't super far off from us, and upon doing said scan, doing that like general energy scan, like would I have noticed like human beings or like beings
Are they in a submarine? Because bad guys always have submarines in it.
They really do.
Oh my god.
They do.
Because like
why don't all bad guys have subs? What is it about subs and
stealthy?
True. I am insulted by the fact that only the bad guys can get subs because subs are
Right.
cool.
They are
Mhm.
cool.
They're also
They're
delicious.
really.
Aha.
Thick, solid metal.
Yeah, it's fine.
Pressurized metal.
Ooh.
They pop when
Okay.
you bite into them.
But no, see,
No.
I would like to see if I did. Maybe that's a thing with that sort of embrace your chimera role that I could do with that, because I didn't
If
do it
you
for
want-
just the overall
Yeah.
energy sense for the thing, but for
let's
that.
embrace your chimera.
Okay.
This is going to be energetic, I think.
Okay. This will be energetic.
Yeah.
I have my sheet pulled up. I just didn't have the actual screen pulled up.
There
So,
you go.
so that is You said that was
Yeah,
oh god.
energetic 2d6.
Energetic. Oh boy. Okay. Well. Oh. That was a 12.
A 12.
Oh,
That's the highest you can get.
I'm
Awesome.
surprised,
Heck out of those.
but it's what the app said.
All right.
It's what the app said.
All right.
Yay.
I trust
Well,
it.
I see
There
it.
we
There
go.
it
Now I
is.
can see it.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
It says what it is.
So you reached out with your energy sensing powers,
Mhm.
and you got like amongst all the noise of the center here. Once you're in the center, it feels a
Mhm.
little calmer,
Mhm.
but there's still like all sorts of like magical energy surrounding you. You're in the middle of it. But there is a slight I want to say almost like a tear of a different type of magical energy, very slightly, but it is a ways off. You're not sure exactly what direction it is, but you do sense something else, but you're not sure what it is, where it is, or why it's there.
Okay. So I think what Key will do with that information is keep it to themselves and make just a general mental tag of like, something ain't right here. But I'm gonna leave that alone because we have a more important mission, but something
we
ain't
have
right
bigger
about
fish
that.
to fry.
I got fish to fry. So, as you approach the clearing, Buck, are you piloting the boat now?
Yeah.
Okay. You all can see there are like hundreds of birds in the trees around the clearing. And it kind of, as you get closer, their song kind of breaks the eerie silence that you were experiencing over this eye, this hole in the ocean. And you see a fairly safe space that you can secure the boat to, as well as a platform at the edge of the clearing, kind of near where the water line is. And at the back of the clearing, near the tree line, is a wall with various carvings on it that look like they might tell like a sort of story of sorts.
I think just at this point, just due to the overall sort of weirdness and vague fear of being in a very deep hole, I think Sarah is also going to transform more just as a kind of like defensive, like this seems like a potential. I think it's good to be, in the top tier state.
Yeah.
But reacting
This
to
could
things.
be a bad time.
This could be. Who knows? I mean, I'm already over a giant hole in the ocean. It's definitely a bad time.
Yeah. So what does the quick transformation into the feathered serpent look like with something a little bit extra?
Oh, with a little bit extra. Well, I do remember, I think I described their transformation as getting the feathers glowing, then sort of covering the entirety of their body, solidifying into clothes, and then anything that isn't like solidifying into clothes, like floats off. Trying to think what extra that could be. I feel like maybe on the other side, the sort of mane and tail feathers end up being a lot longer and a lot like more luxurious and like thick, because I think they stay fairly kept down, but now they are like a big sort of very noticeable mane and sort of trailing down to create this sort of like slightly over the top almost.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, it's just sort of this very like, yeah. Because I think also already Sierra's quite tall, or just, yeah. And maybe just a little bit more like the clothes are also a little bit more ornate, because I think they're fairly plain in their like base state, very sort of practical. In this they have a tiny bit more, there's a little bit more like a little bit extra, a little bit more finery, some carvings on the braces and stuff like that.
Very cool. I like it.
Festive.
All right. So you make landfall. The boat settles down in the parking position, and Buck is able to expertly turn off the hover engines as is intended for a normal parking procedure. And nobody is harmed in the process. It's fine.
Okay, sure.
And
do it the non-fun way, I guess. Jeez.
If that's what you want or whatever.
Let's just say Tori wakes up finally at this point and joins the rest of the group, wondering what's going on. And I assume talk happens.
We relay it all.
We relay all happenings.
Yeah.
And now you're in this clearing.
Buck is going to transform as well as Luna.
Ooh, wonderful.
And it's Buck's gonna have, their normal cool like tech suit and like sort of an overcoat.
Yeah.
In that cool color shifting fabric, but now they have some large horns, like a buck, and some fun like circuit board pattern detailing on their jacket, and it's
Can
like.
I just ask, was this a conscious decision on Buck's part, because they are in complete control of how their transformation works?
Yes.
And they saw like everyone else getting these like extra cool things. It's like, well, I've got to do extra cool. Everyone else is doing extra cool. Horns. Hell yeah.
I approve.
Yes.
And then the circuit board detailing is like on the cuffs and on the duster. And then Luna's also going to transform, and she's that shapeshifter from She-Ra, but she's also stepped it up, and she's the translucent parts around her face and stuff are sparkly.
Nice.
Love it.
Do you have your cane as well? Because you have a packed weapon.
I do. Oh yeah, that comes out too. I always forget about that.
Yeah, because we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Keep leaving it at
you
home.
have a packed weapon. It's a cane. And it's a long, slim cane with a moon and a buck sculpture on top. I think this is a cool moment to kind of pull that out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big coat, antlers, cane. Yes.
Yeah.
Living.
Thriving, in fact.
All right.
The aesthetic is for this entire group is just completely off the charts.
Yeah.
We have
and I think Tori's going to transform as well.
Probably.
And we'll let Morgan describe that next time.
Wow, Tori, you look so cool in your transformation with that thing that has happened. That is not usual.
Thing is amazing.
Wow.
Oh, wow, so gorgeous.
I also love how this has changed about you in your transformation. Wow.
And like the
That's
camera
funny.
never shows Tori.
Yeah,
This
all of us are
episode.
just off the screen like,
It's just like over the
wow.
shoulder.
Oh my god.
You just see the back of Tori's head the whole episode. It's like
Or
they
like
had
a
to have a
hand
stand
gesturing in from off frame and
Yeah. All right. So there you are. You're all transformed in the center in this clearing. You're not quite in the center, but you've got this pillar, you've got this wall with some pictographs on it. What do you do?
Gonna stare at them pictographs.
Yeah. I will
Oh.
also observe the pictographs, see if it's anything I recognize, anything my patron recognizes.
Okay.
See if
So,
anything inexplicably I recognize just through my lengthy travels.
uh-huh.
See
So
if
That's something I
there's
can
any-
provide.
See if there's anything that this random bird god knows about this.
Pretty much, right?
Like I cannot imagine. I can't imagine that they would, but I mean, who knows?
who knows?
Never
All
hurts
right.
to check.
As you all inspect the art on this wall, you all seem to gain an innate understanding of a story that happened long ago. The people of this world of Solaria used to be people of great vision of sorts. They created massive cities on the surface, advanced technology that made their lives easier. They even lived among the stars. They felt that they had full dominion over this world and others, and thus their greed sent them down a path that poisoned the air, the water, and the soil. Even the magic of nature became lost to them. They were forced to use their technology to build underground cities throughout the world, and these cities became a safe haven for all the life on the world. But the people of the world would not see the sun again unless they changed their ways. One day, the world sensed a need for this change, and the heart of Solaria found her voice, carving out an eye to keep watch. For a full cycle, the eye wept, causing massive flooding and wiping out many remnants of the past world above the surface. The people below were unaware of this until one day, magic returned. The roots began blossoming beneath the surface, and the people of Solaria found a way to harness that energy. Thus, the first magitech was invented. With this clean energy in hand, the people of Solaria finally figured out how to reverse the damage they caused and to prevent it once again. Carbon scrapers, magic propulsion systems, hover technology to reduce their footprint upon the world, and much more. People came back to the surface and locked away their past. Generations went by, and Solaria finally was able to rest, knowing that she would need to be awoken if there was a danger to the world approaching. Solaria created the remnants, volunteers who, after they passed from this world, would be stewards of the spiritual realm, waiting for the time for the spirit of Solaria to awaken once again. And at this moment, you hear a voice from behind you, a soft, feminine voice. And that brings you to this moment.
Turn around.
Standing
We'll whip
before you-
around like,
Standing before you on that small platform near the edge of the water is a young woman who has a certain air about her. I would love for all of you to add some details to this manifestation of Solaria.
I would like her long hair to be floating, just like defying gravity. I think that would be cool.
Oh yeah, much
Sort of-
like Amara's robes and whatnot.
Yes.
yeah, vaguely sort of like that you're in water and it's moving, or like in space, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You know, sort of just
From
like
the
that.
from the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean's movie, that lovely dude whose hair is just floating.
All comes back to
there.
pirates.
It
I
really does
can't
every
help it.
time.
I genuinely love literally all of those movies. All five.
I have
of
only
them.
seen the first three, but I do love them. It's a
Mhm.
The
deep
fourth
place
one
in my
has
heart.
mermaids in it.
It
And
does.
I
that
know.
The
makes
fourth
it
one,
superior.
exactly. Thank you.
Also, it has a
Thank
better
you.
soundtrack, and I cannot
Yeah.
explain why, but it's the
And the mermaids
soundtrack
had
is just
sharp
better.
teeth and everything. Okay, anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm here for
yes.
the mermaids that are also killer.
Yes.
I would say, I think if this is a manifestation of like an entire planet, I think it's her features are really, really hard to place and link
Yeah.
to anything.
Mm.
Not in a like, oh, they're sort of, she's sort of mixed race and, you know, sort of can't tell where she's from. No, as in like literally every time you look at it, it's
like
like, oh, that looks
fluctuating.
more
Right.
like, yeah, like constantly, and not just within like humanoid, like within like humans, it's like also shifting into like, you know, looks vaguely more lizard, looks vaguely more
Mhm.
squid person, looks, you know, shifts around all the various different like
I love
ethnicities
that.
and races and
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, represent all of us. Yes, I
Mhm.
I
love that.
love
yeah, and in a
that.
way
So
that is
good.
not like obvious. It's like optical illusion where you like you shift slightly and it's just like it changes, but then if you go back to the original, it's a different, you know.
And it doesn't feel weird looking
No.
at her.
It feels entirely natural.
It feels
Yeah.
perfectly normal. Like that's the way this should be.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I like that.
Mm.
Yeah. I dig it.
All
Because
right.
otherwise we'd have to choose a specific race that
Yeah,
the entire
yeah.
spirit would be, and that starts getting
Yeah,
That
that's
No, I do
feels
love
bad to
that.
me. But I like this as
it
it
makes
is.
it makes the most sense because the spirit is literally at all the living things in this planet. So
Is
naturally
there
it would represent
that?
everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
including the plants. I imagine plant life as well. Like sometimes her limbs
yeah.
are looking more like tree limbs and whatnot.
And I would
Things like
imagine there's
grow
like
on her and then like
Mhm.
disappear.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I'd imagine there's like also like tree, like more more slightly humanoid tree stuff, so that it doesn't like completely, but at some point it's like, oh nope, we're just talking to a human shaped plant. Nope, never mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we're talking to the ocean. Now we're talking to another
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Any other details we want to add real quick?
Would the eyes always stand out to us, like maybe white or something, or
Like
just
just
something
like bright eyes?
hmm
Yeah, like constantly glowing.
like that would be the one thing. Like maybe that's how it
Yes.
doesn't seem so weird because it's something
Yeah.
you can focus on. But then again, I don't want to. Well, I don't. That's kind of a neurotypical way of, oh, look at me in the eyes type of thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah.
The I like how it's like a combination of all the colors creates this like white light that also is colorful, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this woman walks toward you and smiles. I can't say I'm surprised to see you here, but I am surprised that so many share the spirit within them.
Mm-hmm.
Zero resists the urge to make a sarcastic comment because this is the literal deity of the planet and it does not feel polite to be sarcastic and snippy with the literal manifestation of the planet.
On the other hand,
I'll save that for later. Starting
Okay.
out, we're going to be polite.
Key
When
enters
things get a
the
bit more
past.
stressful,
Key holds
probably, you know,
back.
won't be able to
Key wants to say pretty much the same thing, probably, but doesn't for the sake of maybe the planet. Who knows? For the sake of like maybe the planet continuing. Who knows? Who can say?
yeah.
Mm.
So she gets close to all of you. She's a few feet away. And she says, I always intended for my spirit to inhabit just one individual, but you all found a way to connect, didn't you? Little coincidences in your lives. Amara, you had the spark in you for a while now, but it took the proper need for it to unlock a thread, a threat on the world itself that only the spirit could unlock. But the rest of you, she looks over the group and her eyes rest on you, Key. Ironic, this, she points at the feather around your neck, is the key to everything.
Oh.
Just
Hey.
oh, to everything.
Well, the connection.
Oh, I guess that does add up, doesn't it?
Fancy. Okay.
I sense confusion. Here, perhaps this will help. And with a flourish, the clearing around you erupts into a spectacle, like a holographic cityscape of sorts, showing Solaria gardens and the surrounding area can be seen.
Whoa.
On that fateful day, years ago, a series of events tied you all together. You can see a flash of light beginning to pierce a point in the failed city in the location of the portal that Buck emerged from Lunaria. From across the other side of the city, in the blink of an eye, a beam of light shoots through the city and meets the point of light in that failed city. And as the light connects, there is a bright flash, and it's like time freezes in that moment. You all see a fading trail from that light source that shot across the city. And Solaria is kind of leaning in over this display and says, "Did you see it?"
I saw many things. What in particular?
She moves her hands in a way, and time in this display seems to rewind
Ooh.
and then plays back at a much slower speed. You see a few moments become highlighted. There, she points at a building. Tori, this is where you unlocked your potential. And we can see the scene zooming in, and we see Tori, a younger Tori, falling into a vat of chemicals inside a factory of sorts.
God, that was the origin story.
Yeah.
It is after Tori
Oh,
was
yeah.
kidnapped by people that were trying to ransom her because she was a famous child actress. She fell into a vat of chemicals like the Joker from Batman in the
I was
90s
just thinking.
or 80s.
Good times.
And emerged from the vat with superpowers, as you do.
And understanding that we all live in a society.
Oh God.
Yes, exactly.
Are you jokering me right now?
You're jokering me.
Ah.
So-
Shout out to Alex for that
Yep.
unhinged meme.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Alex.
So we see Tori, like this holographic pictorial version of Tori falling in slow motion into this vat of chemicals. Moments after falling in, a light crashes through the tank with a bright flash, creating a large hole in the side of the tank, spilling out an unconscious younger Tori. And then we follow that light, shooting toward the failed city nearby. And we zoom in on a young Key with their parents nearby. Key is reading a book that was found in the rubble. Above Key's head, unbeknownst to them, is a pinpoint of light that starts breaking through the air. While the beam of light flies to the book very quickly, creating the beginnings of an explosion as the two pieces of energy interact with one another before time pauses once again.
Rest in peace.
This feather, the feather of Ibis, chose you, Key. But in order to do that, it had to get to your location from its resting place. In doing so, it passed by you both, Key, Tori. Your powers were granted because of this feather.
Oh.
But, Buck, you were there too. But you got stuck in time. You arrived far too late because of this interaction. I don't know why the interaction was so violent, but the energies did not mix well together. Your portal was opening at just that moment. And unfortunately, the result led us to where we are today. I am sorry, Key, for what had happened at that point. Coincidences sometimes create ripples in the timeline that nobody can predict.
Guess that checks out. Huh. Wow.
Buck's eyes get really wide and they look at Key and they're like, they don't say anything. They just sort of, oh no, in their head.
Are you sharing a moment of intense emotion with one another here?
Oh.
I think so. Oh boy.
Very
I really want to roll for a moment of intense emotion.
Oh.
Can we do that,
We
please?
are having a moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we are going to roll for a moment of intense emotion. JV and Memento, we've got Buck, and we've got Key. So, Key, I think you've got this moment of intense emotion probably first because stirring up how your parents had perished.
Like death and stuff.
Yeah. So
That's
when
a little
you
tough.
lock eyes with Buck and you both come to the realization of what happened, you share that moment of intense emotion, and we kind of go in. You can either do this in real time, or we can pull ourselves out of the narrative and do this in a like metaphorical sort of internal way. So it's up to you how you want to do this. So you would ask Buck if they think you have it in you to live instead of just survive.
Okay. I'm thinking. I'm not actually sure how to work that in there. Could it be a similar question, but not necessarily like that exact one? So like I know why that question is the way that it is, but in this specific moment, that question doesn't necessarily feel the most relevant.
It's open to interpretation, right?
Yeah. So I'm thinking in this particular case, it's a heavier question. It's a heavier question, which is more of a how do I go on living with this information kind of thing. And I think maybe that's the question, and maybe that's specifically even the way that it's phrased. In that I think that's exactly the words that Key says out of their face hole.
All right.
This moment of intense emotion from the face hole.
Yeah.
From the face hole.
So, Buck, you're answering this question yes or no. And the spirit of the question is, do you think that Key has it within them to continue on and, be who they are, or who they have become, with all of this revelation, knowing what you know of them as a survivor and as the chosen?
I mean, yeah, they're super strong. And not only are they strong, they also have people who love them very much now. Their parents may be gone, but they still have a family.
I love that.
Yes, family. Sorry, I had to do something silly. I had to do something silly. Otherwise, I personally will cry. Anyway.
when you receive an answer for the moment of intense emotion question, if they say yes, if you find time to do something you loved doing before you received your focus with them, both of you may clear a condition and add +1 to the fellowship pool. So if you can promise to do something together after all this is over that you enjoyed doing before you even got your focus, I don't know, rob a bank or something.
I was gonna say we
Oh my god. I was gonna suggest, can we swap pets? Like quite literally, just like swap pets, and therefore solving that little just a little share, just a little fun little sharing moment. Sort of.
Yeah, Luna will sort of come up next to you, rub her face probably around your stomach area, and then like maybe wrap her tail around your wrist for a second.
And just nods, just having that moment of and basically you are holding a tiny horse.
With a tail.
We're holding a tiny horse with a very weirdly slippery tail, if we're being completely honest, because the top part does feel like there's a weird bit of fur just specifically in this in this sort of, for lack of a better word for it, this mohawk region of this tiny horse. There is a mane, and that's the petting part. That's the part that you pet, because otherwise it feels slightly scaly, but like not really. I don't know how to describe that.
That makes sense.
Like, I don't know how to describe the texture that I'm thinking of. I am kind of high-key thinking of like a snake, but like the snake is still really soft though.
They are, yeah.
This is also now occurring to me, like, I haven't touched snakes that often. I don't actually know how comfortable snakes are to pet, in general. So I'm like, yeah, okay, so that checks out. So that's basically kind of like petting a snake.
So I think that'll that'll hit that condition of you do something you loved doing, which is probably sharing, because you were fairly young. And sharing moments with people's pets and stuff. That sounds really sweet. So both of you may clear a condition. You both only have one condition.
Nice.
So that's fine.
Perfect.
And we get to add 1 point to the fellowship pool, which I'm going to do now. That's 22. Lordy. All right. And then we've got Buck. since you shared a moment of intense emotion back. Now, this is a question that was written with a somewhat different thought. We can see if it applies here, or we can slightly rewrite the question since the game is still in development. But let's just see what this says. It says, tell them a worry you have over your pact, then ask if Key feels safer around you or around your patron because of you.
I think sometimes my patron can be a little like gung-ho about intervening in things, and sometimes things just need to like run their course.
Okay. So then you would ask Key if Key feels safer around your patron because of you. Or we can ask a slightly different question with similar spirit.
I would say yes to that question just generally.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
my patron is a weird alien spirit from outer space or whatever.
I mean, he hasn't tried to kill me yet, to my knowledge, so I feel pretty good about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here the bar is on the floor, if that is what the bar is, but also like, but simultaneously, truly, no, I think that's no, yeah, and that's that's. I'm so descriptive. I'm so good at describing things, y'all. I'm so good at it. Anyway.
So,
I know what you're saying.
when you receive an answer for the moment of intense emotion question, if they say yes, we add +1 to the fellowship pool. And if you give them a gift that reminds you of home, both of you may clear a condition. But you can give a gift if you want.
I have anything. Where's my inventory?
It's
what
all
do I have?
You have what you think you have.
Oh.
Give me all of your money.
Even you're a shapeshifter. You've got this energy that you can manipulate to turn into stuff.
So I'm gonna make a tiny buck.
Give each other a hug.
I'm gonna make a tiny buck statue with a moon and its antlers, and it's gonna turn into a necklace. It's gonna be like a little piece of jewelry that matches my cane.
That's lovely.
I'm emotional. I am emotional.
So both of you have no conditions now.
Sweet.
You have cleared one another's conditions. And we add another point to the fellowship pool, so we are at 23 points, which is too much, but it's fine.
Too much.
It's too much.
The friendship, it's getting too strong.
There's too much
There
friendship
is
here.
too much friendship here.
Too
many friendships.
Okay. And then Solaria makes a few motions with her hands, and the whole cityscape changes to. When did you, Syrah, accidentally unlock your transformation from Key's feather?
Well, I think the wedding is like I wielded the key inexplicably for a second.
You did, which we determined, I believe, that event unlocked your guardian powers.
Yeah. I I'm trying to remember what the rules of the feather are, sort of, because this is sort of Key's thing. It's kind of mostly attached to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels like the rules kind of bent.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think chances are what probably would have happened is that the most likely manifestation of it was, for whatever reason, Key had gotten into some kind of danger, possibly because they always wake up and choose chaos. And this time it did happen to bite them in the ass.
Yes.
Which
My
seems
favorite.
likely, but Sarah, always being someone who kind of would never like stand by if someone was potentially going to get hurt, I think maybe try to sort of jump in to potentially protect them. And what I think may have happened is it's sort of in the confusion, like was trying to sort of step in front to stop something from hitting Key. I'm not quite sure what, because not sure what danger in particular Key got into that time.
Assume it was terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, but something I think was about to hit Key, and Sirius sort of stepped forward to try and like be between them and whatever was coming straight at their face. I think maybe like tried to push Key backwards out of the way, but in that sort of like motion accidentally grabbed the pendant, which I think is like never really happened, because I think the pendant just kind of tries to not get grabbed by other people, I would imagine. I'd imagine it's a very much a like inexplicably every time someone tries to grab, it's just not there,
Mm-hmm. I like that.
The only person who picks it and touches it a Key, which is why I think it was very weird that Sarah just on instinct accidentally like reached out, grabbed like a fistful of pendant, and
love it.
And like just because one of the main powers she has is the like protective barrier, I think was just sort of on instinct sort of turning to like sort of like brace to like catch it, one hand out, one hand on the pendant on accident. And then I think that created like a join.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what, like, that was when it first manifested as a kind of like protective, just sheer instinct of, yep, that's someone who's about to get clocked straight in the face by something that will probably kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Not on my watch.
And that's the scene that we see. We see images of you two and you, Sierra, diving to protect Key from this happening, and that barrier going up, and we see kind of a glow from the necklace travel up your arm and kind of give you this ability and unlocking you and thus linking you to the rest. Solaria says.
Snap. But it's good.
So, and the images go away. You can see how interesting it is that you are all here now, because the spirit of Solaria is not just in Amara. It is in all of you, because that feather of Ibis, is tied to another spirit, the spirit of Lunaria. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Whoa!
Oh!
Big reveal!
Nice.
Oh, heck.
Nice tie-in. 10 out of 10.
Hey.
Oh, welcome to
What
the
damn?
end of the penultimate episode of season 1 of A Tale of Twinkle and Awe, where we dropped some microphones here and there this episode.
Some bombshells.
Yeah, so let's
Saw
go
some
around.
cats. Very good.
We have some end of session moves that we can do. There's some potential for some XP. There was some decent role playing this episode. Really enjoyed all of that. So we'll go through this real quick. Alyzona.
Hello.
Protected somebody else selflessly.
Does seeing it in a flashback count?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yay!
Sought out an unfamiliar experience with someone.
I mean, I feel like there's only so many times I can keep cashing in the we're in a weird situation right now. So I probably shouldn't, unless
we were on a boat.
I mean,
fundamentally, you were on a boat.
I was on a boat.
You did
he
bond
really threw
with
me into the ocean.
You did bond with the Coombs.
True.
You saved Thickham's life.
You did.
Pretty much, while nearly crushing them.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to you.
Yay! Oh yeah,
so
get an XP.
You get an XP, and we add one to the fellowship pool. Yeah, you level up.
Yeah.
So we're at 24 points. All right, JV. Let's go with T. Did you let others help you face a hardship instead of bear it on your own?
There's a move for that. I think yes. I think I did.
Okay.
Visit with the move. With the emotional moment move.
Yeah, I like that.
That was really emotional.
And did you go out of your
talking.
way to better relate to your friends?
Same move, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that weirdly works. Okay. We gain a fellowship and you gain an XP.
Yes.
25. Let's go to Memento. Buck, did you work to appease your own patron while reinforcing your ties to your friends?
I looked in that scary hole.
You did. I mean, yeah, your whole deal is reporting new knowledge back to your patron, right?
Yeah.
So any new knowledge you gain, I can go with that. And did you use knowledge from your homeworld to assist the team?
Yeah, I think that I learned to drive a boat on my homeworld.
You just knew how to drive a boat much better.
Yeah. I was like, it's a boat. I mean, how different can boats be? Fun fact, fairly different.
Very different.
It's like
it's the dollar store. How good could it be? Is what just crossed through my brain, and that I feel like is the comparison between flying the boats, sure. Piloting the boats on your homeworld first.
Yeah, it's like
first the planet we are on.
A cruise ship to a Fisher Price, essentially.
Yes.
So you also get an XP, and we add one fellowship to the pool. I think I did that already. I'll double check after the stream, just to make sure I am being kept honest. Thae.
Yes.
Did you solve a significant problem for the team in a non-violent way?
I think so.
It's some dancing.
I think so too.
At the very least, open the gate and whatnot.
Yeah. As well as assisted others with your spiritual practices.
Dancing.
Could that? I mean, that could technically still be the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give that to you as well. I'm feeling very generous. So you also get an XP and a fellowship point. So we're up to 27.
A million.
Points, which is
million.
Too many. Use them. Start blasting away at things.
We will.
It's just so much.
Randomly.
Oh my goodness. Wonderful. So that's our end of session moves. I would love to do some stars and wishes as well. I know we're going a little long here tonight. If there's anything that stands out to you right now, I would love to hear it. Otherwise, we can cover it in the aftermath on the Discord.
Hella rad cliffhanger. Can't wait to find out more. That is a star and a wish.
Yes.
Wrapped up in one.
Yes.
I loved the way you intertwined the origin stories.
Yeah, considering they're all a little bit disparate. We've got
Chaotic.
a Jokerism, a portal opening, dead parents. Technically, we've got a Batman origin story, a Joker origin story, and I don't know. They're just vibing out of a portals story.
Sometimes.
It works out. You know, it fits together like puzzle pieces, just natural.
Naturally.
Oh God.
Awesome. Yeah, I know there was so much. I loved the intense emotion moves. I loved what you did with those.
Nobody.
So thank you for those moments. I loved the extraness of the transformations.
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved meeting the spirit and how Alyzona especially came up with the idea
Oh.
oh no, that it looks like all of the humanoids and living beings on the planet.
Yeah, I loved that.
It was very good. Very good, very good.
Oh no, are you okay there? Memento?
Yeah.
Did you get
Feels so bad.
You pooted?
Oh, no.
He's so elderly and stinks so much. It's his dinner time.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to go. But
Yeah.
just comes in, farts. That's what you get for not feeding
Once
me.
again, that's why it's too late. What are you doing?
Vengeance.
Vengeance. So let's
Right
go
on.
around. Let's say who we are. Let's sign off for the evening. Memento, do you want to start us off since you are suffering from a
Poor
drive-by
dog. He's
tooting?
so hungry. I'm Memento Mori Vulgaris. You can find me on Twitter. Stream sometimes on occasion outside of this. I'm sort of on hiatus due to some prolonged illness. But yeah, you can check out my Twitter. I post pictures of cats, my cats, other people's cats, a lot of social justice stuff. And I'm always retweeting my drag queen friends going live tweets. So you can check them out too. And yeah.
Wonderful. Alyzona.
Hi, Alyzona. You can find me on Twitter at Alyzona Quartz. I don't do all that much, but occasionally I post memes.
Yes.
And also retweet when we go live. So
And all of our videos just got messed up, which is fine.
oh well,
you can kind of see us, right, everybody? It's okay.
What does it look like
it's
currently?
good.
Oh God,
It's very
the
bad.
top half.
No, it's fine. Cool. So Alyzona, thank you. Let's see. Okay, now I need to look at where I'm looking at. Let's go with JV as I try to fix the video.
Okay.
I was pretending to be frozen in a weird pose, and I kind of broke immediately. Anyway,
Chaos.
so I am JV. My pronouns are they and she, and you can find me at Red Black Golden on Twitter and occasionally Instagram, but girl, I'd hit with you check Instagram like I have anything the hell to post, like I've been going places. No, absolutely not. There's not much there. Occasionally some weird TikToks I made at some point in time. Worth maybe looking at if you wanted to. Oh boy. I guess I make podcasts or whatever, like those exist too. So like I like podcasts or whatever, so those exist somewhere. No, you can find the links to those on my Twitter. And I don't think I missed anything. Oh, I mean, dang, if voice acting, I do that. If you want to send me a role of some kind, I have so much time this summer. I would love to do some acting. That sounds great and fun to me. Other thing. I have started writing fan fiction.
Oh, fun.
Yay!
I have started writing fan fiction.
Yes.
And I am currently posting a sort of ongoing origin story for good sea witch Ursula.
Oh, nice.
And it ties in several things, including Pirates of the Caribbean and all of the lore surrounding one character in that entire franchise.
Very nice.
But an important one. An important character in that franchise, just sort of capsulated in there, tying that whole thing in.
Nice.
As well as some fun things involving pretty cool deities that mean a lot to me in general. So
Very
that's
cool.
up there. At it's on AO3, red, black, golden on there. You'll be able to find it. It's the only thing I've posted, and it's
There
called
you go.
Calypso.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Very cool.
So good.
All right. Thae, how about yourself?
Hello, my name is Thae, she, her pronouns. You can find me at Thae and Twilight on Twitter and Twitch. I stream all kinds of games 4 days a week.
Mhm.
Like right now I'm doing, let's see, Hades, Sims 4, Fall Guys, Spiritfarer, and I'm playing Hollow Knight tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
And on Twitter I rant about social justice and I post pictures of my cats.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I have been Ryan Boelter, your genre moderator. I am also one of the co-designers of this game, and I would be silly not to mention that you can purchase a copy of this game right now if you go to play.chimera.games. I will put that in the chat.
It's really good.
It's really good. So you get the current version of the game with this purchase. It's at least $15. Any tip you add will go towards community copies. Every $15 that the game makes, we will add another community copy to the pile. And these are free copies that anybody can go and grab as long as they are available, but they go fast. So if you can afford to, please stop by there and check it out. You get all future updates of the game as well, which the next version of the game, version 0.8, has 12 more playbooks that we're adding into it, for a total of 30 playbooks to choose from, to blend together and create any sort of amazing character you want between these three genres. So you'll have all of that. You'll have all of the updates, all of the fixes until we get to the release, when we actually are going to be starting to create a book. And all of the proceeds are going directly back into the game for art assets, sensitivity consultants, writers, all that sort of stuff in prep for a bigger project in the Kickstarter. So check it out, please. You can find out everything else that I'm talking about and doing at Lord Neptune on Twitter. And I will frequently post about pretty much everything that I'm doing there. So please check it out.
Oh boy.
Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to my players. This has been awesome. What is it? Probably 2 weeks from now, as long as everything lines up still, we'll have our finale for this season. And if one or more of my players can't make it, we will postpone it, but we will let people know on Twitter if it gets postponed. Because I want everybody to be there for the ultimate episode of A Tale of Twinkle and Awe. So join us and stay tuned. All right. So I will swap us over to the exit scene with some wonderful music. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and we will see you next time.